Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Armando Wershing. I'm with Compasso, and we are hosting this presentation on the Oracle Commerce Cloud. With me today is Amulya Pradhan. He's a principal solutions consultant from Oracle, and he'll be providing a demo of the Commerce Cloud solution. With that, we're going to start by just providing a quick overview of Commerce Cloud and what it provides, as well as a little bit of background on the solution before getting into the demo. First of all, a little bit about myself and Compasso. My name's again Armando Wershing. In a prior life, I used to manage the infrastructure for Macy's.com and Bloomingdale's.com. So very familiar with the retail space in this world, especially around the e-commerce space for B2C. And now I'm with Compasso. Have been there for several years now. It's a company founded in 1995, North and South American offices, lots of experience around the Oracle commerce tools, both on-prem using ATG and also with the more recent offerings of Oracle Commerce Cloud. We are a platinum partner. There's only one level higher. We've had that membership for that partnership for quite a while, and we deal exclusively with Oracle technology. So we live and breathe these tools every day. We can be a one-stop shop. We can provide all the services you need to go to one place, get the licenses, get the implementations, get the operations capabilities, and get trained on how to use these tools. And we have several other areas where we spend a lot of time working with Oracle tools in particular and helping customers get very good value out of them. One of them is, of course, the cloud tools and also the enterprise manager for private cloud automation and cloud infrastructure automation, and also for other tools around the ability to do ERP implementations, the cloud ERP tools, the ability to help customers bring in and rules around Brazil tax localization to their ERP systems if they're coming into Brazil to work. And also, of course, what we're going to spend our time talking about today are the commerce tools, whether that be B2B, B2C, on-prem, or as we're going to focus on today, the Commerce Cloud solution. Compasso has over 120 commercial, sorry, excuse me, I've got a bit of a problem speaking today. Over 120 commerce professionals. We've had 180 plus certified Oracle certifications, and over 25 commerce sites that we have actually built using the commerce solutions from Oracle. Just in 14-15, we had 10 brand new sites launched for major retailers. Now, the commerce solution is actually part of a larger customer experience suite, right? It's about providing an end-to-end set of tools and capabilities to really manage and present and provide absolutely the best customer experience you can, right? Just the commerce is just one of these pieces, but of course it is very likely one of the most important pieces, right? This is the reason for the customer coming to your site, to your company, to provide a service or provide some sort of products, right? And so being able to have this solution that is integrated across all these other solutions and yet fully featured and standalone, as the Oracle Commerce tool is extremely powerful. So we're going to spend our time talking about this Commerce Cloud solution, right? And the Oracle Commerce strategy in general. But just know that this is just one piece of an end-to-end customer experience management suite of tools, right? Everything from the initial reach out and touch points from marketing all the way through the ongoing feedback that you can get from social media, right? And from a social integration, right? Now, a little bit about Oracle Commerce, right? Oracle Commerce is the combination of the ATG Commerce platform and the Endeca search engine optimization type of tools that were acquired by Oracle several years ago, right? The two combined deliver this whole end-to-end ability to do a commerce platform with the search engine type of powers and tools and integrations that you need to provide your customers a quick ability to find the products they're looking for, whether within your site or from external sites. These were leaders in e-commerce technology, right? And the Combine continues to be a leader, right? The Oracle Commerce, with the benefit of all these and the initial technology additions made by Oracle, is it's definitely one of the leaders in technology, if not the best. It is a framework, right? So ATG, Oracle Commerce, and Endeca are a framework for building e-commerce sites, right? You still have to provide a significant amount of effort, right, and resources in order to actually build a complete e-commerce site, right? We're talking right now about the initial on-prem solution, right? So this is for, the solution itself has got the commerce platform, the Commerce Experience Manager, the Commerce Server Center, these different solutions for providing different pieces, right, of a true e-commerce interactive solution for you and your customers. Now, the focus on this, of course, is performance, scalability, and most important, personalized experiences, right? As a customer interacts with your site, you want to have them feel like they're having that one-on-one, right? It's odd, depending on which generation you come from. But as you look into the current generations, it is more comfortable for current buyers to go and interact with a website in many cases than it is to go into a store and interact with a salesperson at a store, right? So that one-on-one, that personalization has to be there. It's critical. And you do that through a combination of different things, right? One is performance, so that it's intuitive, it's fast. As soon as something clicks, it comes back up, so it doesn't feel unnatural because there's long pauses in the quote-unquote conversation, right, as you traverse the site. You want to be able to have a unified architecture because that presents a unified front to the customer. You want to have search engine optimization and guided navigation so that the customer can either quickly go to exactly what he or she is looking for, or be guided toward things they might like, right? And of course, along those lines, you're looking at things like adaptive personalization. When a user logs in and they're a known user, i.e. they have an ID or a registered user, you're already putting certain things up front on the home page or on the banners of each of the pages they traverse that reminds them or provides that feeling that, yes, they do know they've been here. There are things popping up that maybe they didn't know were there, but that might be things that they know, like upsells, or cross-branding or things like that might work. So very powerful tools that support that e-commerce type of conversation, right? Personalized conversation you want to have with these customers, but the technology is there to support that. The commerce platform for all these features, absolutely, it's an e-commerce leader, right? Gartner, Forrester, been rated there almost every year, with the exceptions of the years that sometimes they skip doing an e-commerce statement just because it's repetitive every year sometimes. But absolutely there. Customers using this platform across the board to deliver their interactions, their products, their services to their customers. And you can look across the board here. All these customers building very large, very high scale solutions on the Oracle Commerce platform. Definitely delivering business value, right? That ability to drive more revenue, more transactions, more margin, whichever one of the ones you're looking for, or all three, right? The measures that you're going to use to measure your success by going to a commerce platform. You've seen customers, they presented at Open World and at other Oracle Commerce events where they easily talk about the benefits, bottom line benefits of running on these things. So what is all this, right? What happens when you take all this functionality and you take it and move it to the cloud, right? Is Oracle Commerce Cloud just Oracle Commerce running on the cloud? Well, the answer to that is no, right? Quite simply, it isn't, right? What it is that it's an entirely new product, right? It is built on the Oracle Commerce technology. So underneath the covers, ATG and DECA, all of that is still there. But the way that a customer yourself, right, a customer or company leverages Oracle Commerce Cloud is completely different. The investment that's required, the skills that are required, are completely different than if you were running your own on-prem Oracle Commerce, right? This is reimagined for a cloud delivery of a service, right? Now you want commerce as a service, right? You don't want to have to go and worry about hardware and all this other stuff, right? The skills, you don't need Java skills. You don't need developer skills, right? To leverage and use Oracle Commerce, you're really looking at more of a presentation layer type of development. So you're looking at HTML, at CSS, at JavaScript, right? It's built on HTML5, so it can be absolutely the best looking site that's out there. It's supposed to be responsive and fast. Again, that speed. And the whole platform is meant to be extremely agile in how it delivers new features, right? So because it is on the cloud and it's being delivered as a service, you will have the option and the ability to take on new releases of Commerce Cloud that will have new features, new capabilities, and that are planned to be done every quarter. Now, that does not mean that you have to, every quarter, deploy a new build of Commerce Cloud, right? You have that option to whether to take it or not, right? So it provides that flexibility to be bleeding edge, cutting edge as you'd like, right? And take advantage of the latest features or take it at your own pace, right? So what are some of the best benefits? Well, initially, right, the support for very aggressive growth, right? Oracle has created this in such a way and priced this in such a way that if you are ridiculously successful getting your commerce platform running and you triple, quadruple, 10 times your sales by doing this, the way they've planned this is it's not going to be a penalty because you said, oh, I was planning on being 4 times more profitable, but now I'm actually 20 times more profitable. They have a way of doing this. The pricing is set up so that there's not a penalty for being extremely successful. Everything is built on both the Oracle Commerce technology as well as Oracle's cloud infrastructure, which is proven and built out to provide dozens upon dozens of different kinds of services, Commerce Cloud being one of those. It's built on this public cloud. Again, it is called virtual tenancy. What this means is that even though you're sharing these services, you still have a lot of your personal data, your customer data is in a private world, right? And it can scale rapidly and quickly if you suddenly have high demands, right? The tools, the platform is meant to be rapidly deployed. Whereas the Oracle on-prem commerce solution requires a lot of Java development, a lot of hardware architecture, a lot of topology planning. This Commerce Cloud solution is all about speed to market. You're talking about a couple months from inception to launch in some cases, as opposed to your average, up to a year from inception to launch of an on-prem cloud, on-prem commerce solution. So lots of things here that make this a completely different level of effort, level of resource investment, right, and time to value for Commerce Cloud, right? All of those being much less and much faster than being an on-prem solution. Okay. Now there are some caveats. We'll talk about that a little bit later because, right, it's not the exact same thing. So we're talking a little bit about what some of the differences are. Now, the main areas, storefront, right? This is the front. This is the face you present to your customers. This is part of what drives the storefront area is going to be the commerce engine. This is the part that's driven by that's developed to be very responsive, very interactive. HTML UI. If you've been to any big site lately, you're familiar with that. None of these old frames and stuff. It's very interactive. widgets that can be deployed to provide new features, new functionality, different views of products or different views of marketing events, things like that. Search engine optimization features, right? These are critical in this day and age where your actual initial entry point is not your homepage. It's Google, it's Yahoo, it's Bing. It's search engines that are going to scan your site, right, and present the findings to a customer who's looking for something. So being able to have a site that is aware of this world and can, let's, for lack of a better term, game the system, right? You may have 1,000 products, but if the site is designed to be really, really responsive, each one of those products doesn't really have its own page. But a search engine optimization is going to do that. It's going to go out and grab that data that you have about your products and present it differently to a search engine than it would to a customer, so that the search engine knows exactly how many different sizes, colors, and things a particular page has, or information or ratings for a product or for your company, etc., to game the system and build you up to a higher, to higher up in that match list when customers are searching on Google or Bing or one of the other search engines, right? Product recommendations. As a customer logs in, if you're looking and they're running around and they're looking at things, and if they have a history on the site, you'll be able to make product recommendations to cross-sell or upsell. The ability to do A/B testing, right? So let's suppose you want 20% of your customers to go to this slightly different design of the site, slightly differently organized, a slightly different presentation, maybe a different selection of key products or things, and just to see how they present. And if it works, making that your A site, right? That A/B ability. Already proven and built-in integrations with payment sources like Cybersource, Paymentech, Avalara, PayPal, right? And already built-in integration with Akamai to take advantage of their I was about to say geocaching, but their edge caching for all the really high bandwidth using resources like your graphics or maybe any dynamic content you may have. All of that already built into the tools for the storefront. On the administration side, let's say call this the back office system, a unified set of tools, right? The ability to do your catalog management, your content management, your media management, your promotions, do bulk imports and exports. Of course, this is extremely valuable when you're setting up the site, but as you go through seasonal changes, you're going to want to go through these tools, use these tools as well to update your content and your catalog with new media, new products as you go through seasons. The ability to look at the experience and provide experience management, already built email templates, the ability to have REST API tools or connections or services to interact and create your own automations for your admin and merchandising. Basically, everything you would need, right, to out of the box be able to point and click manage your e-commerce site. Right? Now, all this lives in a top-down ecosystem. What that means is that there's a lot of features out here that you can take advantage of. In particular, the items in blue. These are things that are already pre-built that require very little coding and allow you to do things on your own quickly, right? Without having to be a Java expert. So building your storefront, leveraging pre-built page layouts, either importing your own widgets, right, or CSS, or pulling those from the Oracle Cloud Marketplace, and we'll talk about that. I'm sure Mulya will cover that a little bit during the demo. And then you have kind of core features, right, things that are standard, that are what you're going to build your own personal configurations on. So the page types, right, the administrative tools, the widget library that comes out of the box, and the integrations with the payment gateways and the sales tax calculations. And then you have your extensibility points. Now, what are these things in orange, right? These things in orange are really where your partner, someone like Compasso, could come in and really assist you. Generating overall themes, right? Creating custom widgets for specifically you, not available to anybody else, things that will differentiate you from everybody else. Integrating with external systems, right? So you have Commerce Cloud, but you still want to tie that back into your on-prem systems, maybe your ERP systems, whatever those may be. That's where a partner can come in and do some of the heavy lifting for creating the code to go out there and develop that, or even create completely new capabilities on Oracle's cloud platform as a service solutions, where you can build completely new sites or completely new functionalities or services that tie back into your storefront that's on the Commerce Cloud, right? All that built out. Already a couple customers. These guys have already presented with Oracle. You've talked to them there. Elaine Turner, right? A classic lifestyle brand. Very key that their customer experience is exclusive, feels exclusive, feels like a one-on-one relationship. They're running their e-commerce platform on the cloud, on the Commerce Cloud. Rock Creek, another similar lifestyle brand, right? Very important that they have that ability to keep the cost low because they're a smaller market. They're a smaller competitor. They're out there. They're not an Amazon, obviously. Not very many are, but they have to have that ability to have the best solution, the best software solution, and they wanted it specifically in a software as a service. They didn't want to run their own on-prem solution, but they still wanted to have a very unique and personalized site. They could do that with these tools. So before we go into the demo, just a couple of last things to cover. Review. What are those big differences? Why would you choose Oracle Commerce, or why would you choose Oracle Commerce Cloud, right? Oracle Commerce customers, the on-prem customers, they're mid to large companies. You're not going to be small. These are companies that have the large resources, both financial and human resources, right, to dive into these large platform type of projects. You're building something from scratch, a very high efficiency, high availability, zero tolerance for failure type of site and technology platform. So you're going to have a large IT team already in-house. You have multi-site, multi-currency needs, right? Specifically, if you're having multiple global sites, multiple product sites that have to be integrated, and you're going to be dealing with multiple currencies simultaneously. Lots of complex requirements, like in specific checkout process, specific shipping needs and integrations across partners and stuff. Very specific inventory needs. There's a lot of different things that can go out there. If you have very advanced promotions, kind of hard to come up with, but Amelia will be able to speak to this in a bit later. But there are some promotions that just go beyond the capabilities of Commerce Cloud as it exists now. It's not to mention that if you talk to us in 4 months, we'll come up and say, oh yeah, no, it can do that. Again, remember I said Commerce Cloud is having a release every quarter almost, and that each of those releases delivers more functionality. So the gap will get thinner and thinner between Commerce and Commerce Cloud over time. And that's why we always say, come back to us and let us know if for some reason you think it's not meeting your needs now. In 2 months, it just might. But again, Oracle Commerce Cloud, lots of things that go there. Basically, your large, very complex, very specific, detailed requirements, you're going to go there. And by far, most B2B commerce customers are going to want to go on Oracle Commerce Cloud. Oracle Commerce. Oracle Commerce Cloud, right? Pre-built, ready to go as a service. So, of course, a small company, a mid-market company, somebody who has just begun their planning or their needs for an e-commerce type of solution, go to market, quick and easy. Commerce Cloud is your solution. The implementation costs are ridiculously much lower, obviously, because you're not having to implement on the hardware and the IT resources to manage the site. You're offloading all of that to Oracle, right? You're really focusing on just the content layer, the presentation layer. That's all you're having to focus on with Oracle Commerce Cloud. So maybe a large company that wants to spin off a new site or a beta product, or maybe a small acquisition that didn't have a commerce platform and they want to present that separately. Another way for Commerce Cloud to be used within a large company. B2C, single catalog, right? And B2B customers with very simple B2C style requirements. So that is one of the things you'll want to look at. So basically, those are the biggest differences, right? As to, do I need Commerce Cloud, or should I go with Commerce? And again, with Commerce Cloud, it's all about speed to market, speed to implementation. The resources that are needed are not development resources. They're more about content and presentation layer resources like HTML, CSS, maybe creating a little bit of code for widgets and things like that. Your partners like Compasso can help you spin up these things. So Hopefully that wasn't too all over the place. I do tend to get excited and talk about a lot of these features. I'm very excited about the Oracle Commerce product, Commerce Cloud product. Excellent. The amount of developments being put into it, the new features that are being released on a regular basis are awesome. And in order for you to get a little bit of a taste of that, I'm going to hand you over to Amulya. And Amulya, let me find you here and grant you presentation rights. And Amulya is going to take us through a demo of the Oracle Commerce Cloud. And Amulya, I think you have presentation rights now. I can't hear you. You might still be on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. This is Amulya. I'm the solutions consultant from Oracle Commerce and OCC team, based out of Dallas. So thank you, Armando, for such a good presentation on the solution, the overview of OCC. I kind of want to walk you through a couple of customers that he mentioned earlier. Elaine Turner, they are an apparel company based out of Texas, and before they moved to OCC, they were on another SaaS-based e-commerce solution, but they lacked a lot of functionality in terms of key features that they wanted to utilize. Their business user tools were not that sophisticated, so they ended up choosing OCC over the other solution. One of the key features that they use on the site is traditionally you would need a web content management system to manage non-e-commerce related content, things such as maybe company information or setting up different blogs and articles. Elaine Turner is using OCC to manage their e-commerce store and also the non-e-commerce content. So when you go to the website, there's a section called Meet Elaine that is the non-e-commerce content being managed through OCC product. Another customer is Live Comfortably. They're part of a larger brand called Hollander, and you know, time to market and representing their brand on the digital platform, on the digital space was extremely important for them. Their business team wanted to manage every aspect of the e-commerce experience, so they're using OCC to just do that. They have been, you know, selling their products directly through larger retailers, and now they can reach directly to the consumer through the e-commerce channel. So whenever you guys get a chance, just feel free to take a look at those sites. So now I'm going to switch over to the OCC demo itself. So Armando mentioned that there are three components of Oracle Commerce, the on-prem version of Commerce. So there's the storefront, there's the BCC, which is the business admin tool, and there's CSC, which is Customer Service Center. So Cloud also has three components. There's the web storefront, that's the online e-commerce store. There's the backend admin tool, and there is the call center application as well. So I'll walk you through all of those three components. So right now what you're seeing is the storefront. This is absolutely built on top of ATG and Endeca to get the best of all of those technologies. It's a responsive site, so if a customer comes through a tablet or a mobile device, the site will automatically respond and adapt to the browser size. We talked about widgets just a little bit. So widgets are a way to expose either e-commerce functionality, content, or third-party services on the e-commerce site powered by OCC. So in this example, we have a little promotional banner up top, free shipping over $100. That's controlled by a widget. We have the top-level navigation here, and as I mouse over, I get the secondary navigation categories. That's also a widget. The hero banner here, that's a widget, and as I scroll down, we'll see more widgets. So different widgets do different things, like search, navigation. If you want to spotlight your top sellers, best sellers, trending items, those are all driven by widgets. Some of the external content within this demo, we have integration with a video feed that could sit within OCC or an external CMS system, could even be a YouTube or third-party content systems. We can display those videos here. And lastly, our integration with social, that's also done through a Instagram cartridge. And these pictures here are coming directly from Instagram. So when a customer comes to the site, there are multiple ways for them to browse the product catalog and find the items that they're looking for. Well, the traditional way is really going down top to bottom from, browsing a product catalog from top level category to go to the subcategory, then filter by certain attributes, find the product. Another way is through search and dynamic navigation. So let's say I'm looking for an espresso machine. And as I type, Indaka search kicks in, and with the type ahead, autocomplete, and it's also able to display the top items within the search results. And that's what's listed here. Customers can click any of those items that will take them directly to the product detail page, or if they hit enter, that would be the search results page. So now, within the search results, there is multiple ways to filter. There's the category filter. If I click it, I can filter by coffee or on the go. I can filter by price range, or I can filter by brand. And multi-select is also a standard option that's provided out of the box for those OCC. So if I'm interested in a couple of brands, I can quickly select them, and the page will automatically refresh. So the nice thing about OCC is all of these dynamic filters, those dimensions are actually managed on the backend tool by the business user. So today you may only have 7 different, dimensions for filter, and tomorrow you want to expose the reviews and ratings as part of the filters. That can be done through the business user tool. Couple of different ways to display the items. So we see there are 60 items on the results. I can either do a grid view or a more of a smaller icon, so I can see more products on the page. I can sort by price, or you can expose other attributes for sorting as well. So let me go ahead and click on this particular machine here. And here's the product detail page, right? We can manage multiple images for the products, and image management is built in as well. We can upload the front view, top view, side views, and upload it, and customers will be able to select them. On the right side, we have information about the product itself. Those can be uploaded if a customer already has some sort of PIM solution or a product master. We can get a data feed. We can manipulate it for the web and import it to our system, or we can also leverage the web services to automatically bring in the product data from an external system. Scrolling further down, we're able to share it across different social networks. Let me go ahead and add this item to the cart. Okay. Add it to the cart. There's this in context cart that pops up and displays the items that's in the cart. I can change the quantity, I can edit it, or I can remove it. And if I'm ready to check out, simply hit checkout button, and that takes us to the checkout page. And we do single page checkout, so we no longer have to go through 4 or 5 different steps to complete the transaction. Everything about the order and the checkout flow is available on this single page. So on the right side, we have summary and the type of shipping option we want to select. And also business users are the ones who manage the types of shipping services that's offered. So I'll go ahead and select the 2-day air, and it updates the price. Scroll further down, different payment options, those are on the left. If I need to send it to a different address or use the address that's in my profile, I can manage that here as well. So let's go ahead and use a card. I'm just going to use a dummy card to complete the transaction here. And if there's any promotional code, any discount code that I currently have, I can apply that code here and take advantage of that discount as well. Place the order, and at this point, it will complete the order, send an email notification back to my email, and and the other thing we do from the OCC perspective is, depending on how the web hooks are set up, we will transmit this order to the backend order management system for order handling and fulfillment. A couple of the things here while we're on this front-end demo. We're also using a page template here, which is more of a new generation page template. One of the things that we've done here is within the hero banner, business users can add those little images on the product itself, and when a customer clicks it, they actually get the detail of the product. So it's a really good way to entice the customer with different kind of good-looking pictures, and get their interest on a certain product, and they're able to purchase those items directly from there. Okay. This release you're seeing, this is 16.1.1. We've added several new features on this version. One of the biggest feature is the internationalization and support for multiple currencies. Since we have customers, they would like to do international commerce, have the e-commerce, offer e-commerce in different languages. Now they're able to do that with this release. So this demo has English and Spanish version and a couple of different currencies. So the site can be shopped using US dollars, or it could be euro. So it's very flexible in terms of managing multi-site. So now let me move over to the backend administration tool and walk you through some of the core capabilities. Okay. I'm going to have to log in real quick. My session has expired. So this is the main dashboard. The business user tool is also responsive. So, merchandisers, marketers can manage the site from their iPad or different, Android devices. The first tab is dashboard. It provides different insight on what's going on the e-com site. So on this demo, we don't have a lot of data. But typically you would see the total orders or total number of sessions or transaction history, things like that. And the retailer is able to drill down and get details on what's going on the e-commerce site. On the right side, there's a widget that displays different news and information from our product management team. So things like maybe there are new enhancements that's coming up, maybe there's a new feature, or we're partnering with so-and-so to provide certain functionality, or how do you do certain things, tips and tricks. Things like those can be pushed directly from the OCC team to our customers. Our catalog tab is where we would manage the product catalog. Okay. So on the left, we see the product catalog that's part of the e-com store, right? So the storefront navigation, those are the products that a customer can search and navigate to and add it to the cart. Non-navigable products could be things like warranty or gift wrap, things like that. Customers can't buy them separately by itself, but they can only purchase them during checkout when they have items in the cart. So those will stay in the non-navigable category. Within the top level storefront navigation, we have coffee, tea, supplies. And as I click on the category, we will see either the subcategory or the child category that contains the products directly underneath it. So the little dot represents the very bottom category and the products that are underneath them. Anything that has this little arrow, that's a subcategory, and I can further go down. So it's very easy to manage products within the system, right? So when we add new products, if we need to move multiple products from one place to another, move them around from different categories, we can search here, and it will automatically find the items if there's any. Okay, I'm looking in the drip category, so that's why there's none. Okay. And then when I click on the product itself, I get the details. So all the attributes that we want to manage about the product, right? So maybe the name, the description. We see a couple of different price fields here. So that is for, different currencies. Since the site offers US dollars and euro, that's all listed here. SKUs would be the individual items, like the different colors, the different size, different capacity, the variants of the product itself. That would be listed here. Media stores any imageries, one or more images that you want to display on product detail page. That's listed here, and we can simply add images. Related products is if you want to set up different cross-sell, upsells, right? So a person's looking at a particular type of belt and you want to cross-sell a pair of shoes, you're able to do that by setting up the relationships. So let me close that out. And then some of the other functionality within the product catalog tab is automation. So things such as inventory. Typically, OCC is not the inventory master. You would have, the retailers would have some sort of back-end inventory system to manage inventory across different channels. So with the inventory button, we're able to import inventory from the external system. Importing product catalog, exporting product catalog from the commerce system to the outside system, and uploading images and a different kind of media. Product type is important. There is a base product type that ships out of the box with OCC, and base product comes with several different attributes. So every product will need name or product ID, description, brand, things like that. And let's say a retailer implements it and they will be selling cell phones. The cell phones would need additional attributes, right? So these are not going to be enough. So what ends up happening is we would define new custom type that will inherit all the attributes from the base product and which will add new attributes. So here we've got two examples, coffee machine and coffee beans. The coffee machine is inherited from the base product. So all the attributes from the base product are available along with the new attribute type we've added, which is the bean type. And if we need to add new attribute to this coffee machine, we can say add property and what kind of attribute we want to add. Is it text or rich text or number, checkbox, things like that. Maybe it's just a short text. And then the label, what do we call it? Capacity in terms of how many cups it can make, maybe 2 cups. Is it required? Is it translatable for multiple languages? And display properties, right? Internal only business users will be able to see. So in a lot of situations, you may need to map a product from the commerce system to a third-party product catalog or a backend PIM system. So in that situation, you don't want to display that attribute on the storefront, and that's where you would enable it for internal only. Visible in storefront, if this option is enabled, then this property is also displayable on the storefront. Some of the other options down here are for the search facets, right? So if somebody searches for products and do you want them to filter by this new attribute type, you can simply enable that here. So it's that easy to enable dimension search on the e-com site. Okay, same thing with the variants as well. So for the coffee machine, we've got different colors and different size. And this is a free text. We can go in and edit, and we can start adding new colors. So let's say we're offering coffee machines in so many different colors, and all of a sudden we decide to offer it up in a different new color. What we don't have here is, let's do that. And now you'll be able to start selling this new color here as well. Very powerful in terms of the business user controls. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is the look and feel, managing the experience on the front end side using different templates and widgets. So those are on the marketing, actually design tab. The theme is retailers can manage different look and feel, different templates for the site, and they can enable whichever templates they want. So maybe in the summer, they want more of a brighter color. Maybe fall, they want to have a different kind of, seasonal color schemes for that. And those templates can be uploaded and business can switch from one template to another. And right now what we're using is Supremo template. Layout tab will allow us to manage the landing pages and different pages within the e-com site. So we can switch from one page to another by simply clicking here. Home collection, home layout, that's the home page. Collection, there's the product, and if you want to change the product detail page, we will simply change that. For now, let's look at the home landing page. Okay. So currently, this is what the page looks like. So we have a hero carousel up top. If we want to change the property, for example, we want to display a different kind of image, we can simply click the, that widget itself and change the parameters, point to a new image, or if we want to change the text, we're able to do that. And then scrolling further down, there are other widgets that control different things. So we have the categories here. Scrolling further down, we have the spotlights for a brand for Supremo. We have a top seller widget. And if we need to add a new widget, right, within the page, or if we need to rearrange what the page looks like, so we can switch over to this editing mode, and it's a very easy to manage the look and feel. So on the very top, we have the banner, top banner promotion, then we have the collection navigation, and let's make a quick change, right? So right now, we have the Instagram feed at the very bottom, right above the footer. So what I'm going to do is move it to the top of this section, so right above coffee supplies. And the components box here that's the collection of all the widgets. If we need to add a new widget on the page, maybe for A/B testing, or maybe for recommendations, or we want to display a video feed from the external system, we can simply drag and drop the cartridge and then configure the parameters to display. So what I did here was I simply moved the Instagram feed to the top, and we'll just simply preview it. So preview functionality is built in. There's a banner up top that gets displayed, which tells the retailer, the end user, that they're watching this, reviewing this in the preview mode. If I scroll down, we should be able to see Instagram feed on the top of the collection here. So this is on the preview mode. It's displaying the changes we made, but on the actual production site, the Instagram is still at the very bottom. Here we go. Very easy to make changes like that. A couple of other things here. Marketing tab is for managing different promotions, or if you want to set up a promotion and assign coupon code to and distribute that to the customers, you're able to do that. Media section to manage different media that's used within the e-commerce system. Could be banners, could be footer images, could be category landing banners, things like that. Settings, this is more of the administrative tools. And by the way, we do have security where a power user will be able to access all the admin functionality, whereas a business user can only access, the catalog management or marketing tabs, things like that. So this is more of an admin functionalities. Shipping methods, all the different shipping options that retailers want to provide. So these are displayed on the front end side. Payment processing, whether using out-of-the-box integration with payment service providers, accepting different kind of payments, or leveraging some sort of homegrown custom payment processor that can be managed here. Same thing with tax processing, whether to use Avalara or not, that can be enabled here. Email settings, so sending out different transactional emails like order confirmation or registration email. These are template driven. So retailers can download them, make changes to the template, upload them, and the new message will get sent out. Web API, the way we use Web API is for publishing data out of e-commerce. So things such as order, right? So customer creates an order. What do we do with that? So we provide webhooks to publish that new order out to the order management system. Same thing with the customer data. Somebody updates the profile data, or somebody registers for the first time. You can leverage webhook to sync that data with the backend CRM system. And this is where you would manage the web APIs. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the extension. So Armando mentioned earlier that anybody can build extensions. Out of the box, we provide several different extensions and widgets, but our customers and partners can build their own widgets, and that can be uploaded to the system. It does not require any back-end Java programming. It's all done through JavaScript and HTML and CSS, front-end development, and it can consume web services that can tie into a different, third-party systems as well. So that's where we would manage the extensions, and we can see all the new extensions that's been added on this demo. We can upload a new extension. We can deactivate any of the existing extensions, so forth. So, and the one very final tab is the publishing. So all the changes that's made within, this admin tool, it has to be published, right, at some point in time. So first I would preview it, make sure it's good. And then when we're done, we can either publish it right away, so all the changes will be published and available as soon as I click the button, or I can schedule the publish. So maybe I want to push the changes out after midnight or on Sunday afternoon. So I can schedule the time, and the system will automatically push the changes out to the production system, and the customers will be able to see it. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to switch over to the call center tool. So the call center is tied really close to the e-commerce system. When a customer creates an order, they create a profile, or a business user creates a new product, that becomes automatically available to the call center agents as well. Similar to the admin tool, there's a dashboard to kind of show the activity, the orders, and the return request that's been conducted by the agent. Customers tab is managing the customers, right? So maybe a customer calls the call center and they don't want to use the web channel. They're not too comfortable with technology. You can call the call center. Agent can create the new customer and start taking orders for them over the phone. Orders tab is finding the different orders, creating a new order, initiating returns of exchanges for existing orders, and returns processing is obviously processing, managing the returns and exchange process for the customer. It's very rich in terms of functionality. There are basic functionality, but it's sufficient for retailers to manage e-commerce from the call center side. So with that, that concludes my OCC demo. I'm going to pass it back to Armando and see if we have any questions.
Thanks, Amelia. Let me get my slides back up real quick. So at this point we're welcome to answer any questions you may have. But before we get to that, just if you have any follow-up questions, or you'd like to have a one-on-one demo or a more detailed discussion as to specific to your needs, you can contact us at the email displayed here or the phone number. We'll be happy to set that up. Compasso will be glad to walk with you, and we work very closely with Oracle on any and all of these deals. So we'd be happy to have this one-on-one discussion with you. In the meantime, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to take a quick look. I don't remember seeing any questions posted. If you have any, please go ahead and post them now. I don't have any questions posted, so we will have another one of these in the near future. The slides and information on contacting us will also be included in an email to you shortly, in a few days. And please feel free to. Oh, looks like we have possibly may have had a question. No, looks like it got deleted there at the last second. So no questions. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're finishing it just a few minutes early. And we hope you have a great rest of your day. Amelia, thank you for the great demo, and thank you all for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.